how do you stay relevant? How do you navigate all of these changes? Do you believe something greater is always possible?
And the next speaker, whew, unreal, unexpected, and definitely unforgettable. The one, the only, let's welcome Devin Henderson.
My whole life, in every area of my life, I have strived to live with something that I now call the possibility mindset. The possibility mindset is how you can respond to things like fear, challenge, uncertainty by asking this key question: what else is possible? What if our goal was to be our best, my best, and then what if my best is the best to the people and to this organization that I serve? What I'm doing is I'm choosing to see potential over limitation, so you can become better both as an individual and as a member and a leader of your team. And we're gonna bring a lot of magic into it, because magic defies the impossible.
Outstanding performance today.
That magician had me jumping up and down in my bouncy ball seat. I was going nuts. I was losing it.
It's really inspirational and funny and really connected with the team, even surpassing my expectations.
I'm gonna try to perform a rope escape like Houdini in 2 seconds. My record's 3, I'm gonna do it in 2. Here it is. I said, Dad, do you think I can get 1,000 kicks? He said, Devin, I think you can do anything you put your mind to, except that. Every time I say what else, you say is possible. What else? Vision is what propels you. But what sustains you is consistent action over time. And this is that practice. Start ugly, start small, pick up the ball. We're aiming for perfection, but sometimes it's gonna be ugly. Sometimes we're gonna drop the ball. But that's the difference between people and teams who do extraordinary things and those who don't.
It rocked my world, got me very emotional. Devin's performance was exceptional, but it was the words that got me.
No one can do it better than Devin. No wonder we brought him back again a second time.
Have you ever felt in your business like your hands are tied? And a lot of us feel mentally trapped at times, not realizing that it's an illusion. Failure isn't a dead end. Failure is just a fork in the road. Did you know that? In other words, you can choose to let failure make you, not break you. You understand what I'm saying? You can let it hone you, not own you, carry you, not bury you. But you gotta choose. You can let failure revitalize you, not paralyze you. Let it bless you, not depress you, revive you, not deprive you. Most importantly, you can let failure refine you, not define you. So y'all, may the forks be with you. I invite you to never stop asking, what else?
Transformation is at your fingertips. All it takes is one simple shift, one small shake from power to purpose.
Then you can pick up the ball and keep moving toward greatness.
Please join me in welcoming Devin Henderson. Hi, Devin. Nice to meet you.
All right, we're gonna start with a little soccer juggling demonstration. The whole idea is to see how many bounces you can get before you drop the ball.
And also to be as creative as you can. Thanks. All right. So when I was 10 years old, I set a seemingly impossible goal to get 1,000 kicks. And I went to my dad, because he was my champion. He was also a Marine. Can I get a hoorah? Hoorah. And you know this, once a Marine, always an uptight father. That's right. I said, Dad, I'm going for 1,000 kicks. Do you think I can do it? He said, Devin, I think you can do anything you put your mind to, except that. I don't think it's possible, but I didn't listen, okay? I kept going, and over the years, I kept breaking my record, and when I was 15 years old, I got 1,259. It is possible, hoorah! Yeah! And then a few years ago, I set my all-time high of 11,241. It was 2 hours of continuous kicking. See, when you start small, you can end big. Now, this isn't just a story about soccer, okay? It's a story about how you can always pick up the ball. And what I mean by that is to consistently take meaningful action over time, no matter what. Because when you take meaningful action over time, you start to realize this: something greater is always possible. See, my whole life, I've lived with something I call the possibility mindset. The possibility mindset asks, what else is possible? And never stops asking, no matter what's happening in your world or in the world. And the possibility mindset and several other science-backed strategies have led to me becoming an award-winning magician and comedian, and even performing on the world's biggest stage, America's Got Talent. And these strategies apply to the seemingly impossible things that you and your organization want to achieve. So right now, I'm gonna help you all embrace the possibility mindset. And it starts with a vision. All right, but not just any vision, okay? We're talking about a vision that excites you, that stretches you, and you're not even sure if you could actually pull it off. I'm talking about a seemingly impossible goal. You know, studies show that people and groups who visualize stretch goals make major strides in innovation, productivity, and impact. And I'll give you an example. Okay, you heard of 3M Company before? Yeah, well, at one point in time, they made a mandate that every team visualizes and creates a seemingly impossible goal. And do you know what happened as a result? The invention of Scotch tape. Where would present wrapping be without 3M, right? I get it. Because again, if you start small, you can end big. Now, my wife and I experienced the same kind of phenomenon, okay? When we first got married 16 years ago, we wanted kids. And I was thinking, like, let's do 2. And she's like, no, let's do 3. And then this happened. 7. We're overachievers. If you start small, baby, you can end big. All right, all girls, thank you for noticing. Yes, people are like, you trying for that boy? I'm like, do we look like quitters? Other people are like, you thinking about adoption? We're like, thinking about it, but we're gonna keep them. So, but new possibilities, even if they turn out better and richer than you first imagined, start with a vision. Now, one of the biggest goals I ever imagined for myself professionally was performing on some of the world's biggest stages. I started learning magic when I was 11 years old, and then when I turned 24 years old, my dream of becoming a professional magician came true. And then 10 years into my career, I got the call from America's Got Talent. Can I tell you about it? Yeah. Awesome, thank you. Okay, so this is back in 2014. Out of the blue, AGT reaches out to me and says, Devin, we found some of your magic videos on YouTube. We love your stuff. Will you come to Hollywood and audition for season 9? Yeah, yes I will. So months later, they fly me out to Hollywood. Before I know it, I'm backstage at the Dolby Theater where there's 5,000 people in the crowd, sitting right behind Howard Stern, Heidi Klum, Mel B, and Howie Mandel. And I walked out onto that huge stage and I nailed it. I mean, just like, boom, nailed it. The crowd erupted in applause. It was hands down to that day, the highest moment of my entire career. Then it gets turned over to the judges. And Mel B said, so Devin, what exactly do you want from America's Got Talent? And I so badly wanted to say, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I didn't want to spice it up too much though, you know? She went on, she said, you know, I was expecting something more spectacular. And I was like, what? But then Heidi said, it was amazing. And I was like, thank you, Heidi. And then Howard Stern said, man, great trick. I just don't know if it played to this big of an audience. And I was like, oh. Then Howie Mandel said, I have friends who do a similar routine, but they do it better. And that was it. Got voted off right then. They never aired my segment. They didn't even put it on YouTube. It felt like it never happened. And I was so devastated, I wanted to quit. Have you ever been there? You ever wanted to quit? Well, good news, I did not quit magic. In fact, I use it in my keynote presentations to inspire the attendees to be amazing in their life and in their work. But how did I keep going? And how can you keep going at those times where you feel like you can't? Well, I discovered something that completely transformed the way that I was feeling, and it can transform you too. I call it the AGT perspective. AGT as in, America's Got Talent. But after what happened, those words, they caused me pain. So I knew I needed to redefine what those letters meant so that I could see new possibilities again. And now AGT means this: always give thanks. Crazy simple, insanely powerful, not always the easiest for us to apply in our hardest moments. The studies show that leaders who regularly show appreciation and gratitude attract and retain better quality talent, even during times of limited resources and heightened challenges. I mean, can you imagine how you could transform your workplace just by inspiring that gratitude of culture? A culture that says, what do we have right now that's priceless? Because when we're experiencing pain about one thing, it's so easy to overlook the treasure we already have. And I learned that in a very profound way back in the summer of 2017. I was in Las Vegas to deliver a keynote presentation, and I just happened to pass the hotel where Matt Franco performs. You know, Matt Franco, magician, winner of AGT, season 9. When I saw his name, all that pain came right back to me. But then out of nowhere, a deep sense of gratitude came upon me. It made me see something I had never seen. It was the realization of the perfection of what had happened, and this is what it was. Had things not happened the way that they did, we wouldn't have our last 3 kids. I'll explain. When I auditioned, we had 4 kids. We didn't have our last 3 yet. And if you were to somehow go back in time and change something, it's obviously going to change many outcomes in the future. And had things not happened exactly the way they had, we wouldn't have our 3 youngest treasures, Eva, Emmy, and Haven, who, by the way, mean more to me than winning any competition ever could. Well, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Of course, in the full keynote, we go so much deeper into pursuing greatness, never giving up, and we also talk about how to embrace imperfection, but also how to minimize risk and deliver even during times when failure is not an option. And we also look at the roadblocks to success and things that try to threaten your team from picking up the ball. And as you can see, all this is shared in an atmosphere that inspires amazement, engagement, and transformation. And I would love to come to your organization to help your people ignite their untapped potential. But for right now, I want all of you just to please remember this: something greater is always possible, even if you can't always see it. Something greater is always possible for you and for the people that you collaborate with. So now I invite you to never stop asking, what else is possible? Commit to picking up the ball. And no matter what, remember to always give thanks. Because thankfulness will not only help you discover new possibilities, it will help you see the treasure that already exists in your life, if you'll simply open your eyes to it. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now, soccer freestyle is where you start to get creative. It's not about counting, it's about what kind of things can you do with the ball. this audience would like to come up here and experience a very short masterclass on the art of soccer juggling? Here's the good news. We're gonna start ugly. I'm encouraging you to start ugly, okay? Who knows they have to do something new in their business when they go back? Or they're in something new right now? Raise your hand, come on. Who is new system, new operations, new people? Yes, it starts ugly. Now, that doesn't mean we're sloppy and we're careless on purpose, but it's gonna look maybe sloppy and careless to people on the outside who don't understand. We're just trying to figure things out. So sometimes we just gotta start ugly. So just have peace knowing that that's okay, all right? Now, the other thing we're gonna start, the other way we're gonna start is small, okay? When I learned to do this, initially at 7 years old, the coach said, you're gonna start with one kick. We were like, just one? He goes, one kick, and you can either do your thigh or you can do your foot, but after you bounce it once, you're gonna catch it, okay? Because there's no reason to try two when the first kick might be really ugly, okay? So you gotta figure out, we're gonna make adjustments to make sure that ball is going straight up in the air so that it is ready for kick number 2. So we're gonna start ugly, we're gonna start small. Okay, I think that's enough setup. Are you ready to actually try it? Yes. Okay, she's ready, she's doing it. Don't forget, this is what it looks like to start anything new, all right? So here we go. All right. I think we have a professional on our hands. Joke's on me. All right. Now, usually with 7-year-olds, it wasn't that pretty. It was really ugly. That was beautiful, all right? Sometimes we do start beautiful, all right? We're just naturals. Now, for 7-year-olds on the soccer field, the balls were going all over the place. So the coach had us do that one kick for about 5 minutes before he even allowed us to try 2. We're going to fast forward with you because you're so awesome, okay? So now we're going for 2 kicks. You're going to try to catch it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Am I going like from one leg to the other?
Yeah, good question, good question. It's completely up to you if you want to alternate, if you want to do feet, if you just want to do 2 thighs, completely your call. Okay. It's all right, it's all right. Try it again. Okay, now notice something. Notice this is where we have to make adjustments along the way. Where's the ball going every time you bounce it up?
Away from
It's going away from you. Where do we want it to go? Straight up. What adjustment do you think she needs to get the ball to go straight up? What could she do differently? Higher. I think if you go higher, your leg won't be slanted. It'll be more straight up down. So just try to get that leg a little bit higher this time. That was straight up. Very good. Now let's go for 2. Let's do this, Ray. Yes! Leave it. You got it. Nice work. Nice. Come on, give it up for Ray. She got 2. Come on, come here. We're not quite done yet. You got 2. Now, don't worry about that you didn't catch it. You got 2, okay? Now, imagine if she stuck with this for, weeks, months, years. She could also do 11,000, right? The question is, do you want to? If you don't, that's okay. But whatever it is you're going to want to do, you're going to apply this same concept, and so are all of you, okay? Do you think we should give her the chance to go for 3? Why not? Let's just go for 3. And by the way, what is your name? Ashlyn. Did you notice how good of a team player Ashlyn was? She didn't just sit there and watch the ball roll. We pick up the ball together. We pick up the ball for each other. This is a team thing, a team business. So thank you for jumping in without even being asked. That was beautiful, okay? And when we pick up the ball, right, just like you all do, when you're navigating change, you pick it up with serious grit and determination. That's what I love about you guys and your niches and what you do. So this is awesome. So it's not surprising that somebody would jump up out of the audience and do that. So nice work. Okay, Ray, we're going for 3. Don't worry, we're starting ugly, we're starting small. Just go for 3. If you don't get it, we're gonna celebrate anyway. Okay, here we go. Woo, get it. Who's got it? All right, perfect. One more try. We're gonna do one more try. Okay, that was I would say better than before. I think that second one was more in the realm of being able to get 3. So let's do it, Ray. Come on, you got this. Here we go. 1, 2. Hey, catch it! Woohoo! Right here, man. Hey, let's give it up for Ray, everybody. You did it. Nice job. Come on, keep it going for Ray. That was beautiful. Nice work. All right, you're done. You can have a seat. Come on. Oh my gosh. That was awesome. That's what we're talking about. Because see, what Ray just proved in a very small amount of time, how much when you focus, when you believe in yourself, when you have people believing in you, what you can achieve. See, if we start ugly, we can end beautifully. When we start small, we can end big. And when we drop the ball, we can pick it up, and we can pick it up together. So that's the process. Start ugly, start small, pick up the ball.